Hi, you guys. Welcome to Audrey's reading area. You know, I'm shouting out my four grandbabies, two and two, right? Korea, Sanaa, David III, and Caden. Two girls and two boys. Yes, yes. Don't forget to like my videos and share my videos. And definitely don't forget to go to YouTube. Look for Audrey's reading area. And smash up that subscribe button. Smash it up. Shout out to one of my students named Carla. Yes, Carla, shout out to you. Well, you guys, all right. Alexa, what time is Audrey's reading area? Alexa, what time is Audrey's reading area?
Audrey reads in her area live at 5, and please subscribe.
That's Live. Live at 5. Don't forget to subscribe. Live at 5. So I'm going to just jump right into this story now. Forgive me here. Yes, the story is about Mickey. It's a Walt Disney book. And it's called Mickey Meets the Giant. Now, that may not be the giant that they're talking about, but that is a giant. He is filling in for this giant. I don't have this giant, so he's filling in. Okay? Please forgive me. Walt Disney, Mickey Meets the Giant. It's a Walt Disney beginning reader book. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And look at the inside cover. Some beautiful illustrations. And it says Mickey Meets the Giant, a Bantam book, January of 86. It's copywritten. And hopefully they'll love me for just reading it. It is a Disney book, and it doesn't say who wrote it. So if I find out who wrote it, I'm pretty sure it's the Disney illustrators. The Disney has an illustration team. So it's probably the Disney team that illustrated it. From all the books that I've read, I remember Disney having like a whole illustration team. So it's not noted here, but if it is, when I finish reading, I will put it in the credits because I like to give people their props. Walt Disney, Mickey Meets the Giant. I'm just going to jump right in and read. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. It says, once upon a time, there lived a brave woodcutter named Mickey. His work took him from place to place. One day, he came to a pretty town. It was called Cedar Grove. Cedar Grove. These hills are just full of sweet-smelling trees, he thought. I can sell that wood. I'll make a lot of money. But first, I must be sure my axe is sharp. Because, you got to cut wood with an axe. Right? Yes, he's got to make sure his axe is sharp. So the woodcutter walked through the streets of the town. There were many people in the street. Everyone looked very upset. Whatever will happen to us? One woman cried. We must find someone who can beat the giant, yelled a man. Why is everyone so afraid of this giant? What has he done? Asked Mickey. What has this giant done? The people told him about a night when the giant decided to have a little fun. While they lay sleeping, the giant began to whistle. When he whistled, the wind blew. The wind blew. He whistled through their windows. The wind blew through their homes. It blew all the sleeping people right out of their beds. OMG. Mickey didn't like that story very much, and he didn't like the next one at all. One day the giant wanted to play. He jumped rope in the fields. They had just been planted. He made footprints all over the field. Look at him jumping rope in the field. Footprints. That night, you see the footprints? That night it rained. The next day, the fields were covered with foot-shaped lakes. OMG. OMG. Not good. When the giant saw his footprints filled with water, he began to laugh. He began to laugh. He laughed so hard that he fell down. He rolled on the ground. He laughed some more. Everything for miles around shook as he laughed. This was too much for the animals in the forest. They were so afraid that they ran for their lives. Now there are no animals in Cedar Grove, said the giant, and soon there will be no people. Ho ho. What a terrible giant, thought Mickey. Just then a wagon came racing into town. It stopped. The driver jumped to the ground. He told Mickey his story. I was taking my family away from Cedar Grove, but a huge boulder rolled right onto the road. It was so big there was no way around it. I looked up to see where it came from. There stood the giant. The giant laughed very hard when he saw that I was afraid. His laugh was as loud as thunder. My horse was so scared that he turned right around. He ran as fast as he could, back here to Cedar Grove. The giant had blocked the only way out of town. Now the people of Cedar Grove were trapped. Oh boy. Oh boy. The brave woodcutter had heard enough. Let me face the giant, he said. I have beaten bullies before. I'll do it again. Everyone laughed at the woodcutter. They're laughing at him. What do you guys think is going to happen? You think he could beat him? The woodcutter. You think he could beat him? Well, let's keep on reading and see. You cannot beat this giant, said a kind policeman, but I do think you must be a very brave young man. He looks like he doesn't want to hear that. Like, I'm going to do it. That's what he looks like, right? Stan Doolittle is the man to do this, said the policeman. I remember that time that Stan ran a mean old bear out of Cedar Grove. Stan stepped to the front. I will show the giant who is boss, he said. But it was not long before Stan came running home. He was dripping wet and he was very upset. The giant had picked up poor Stan by his hair and he had dropped Stan right into a cup of tea. A cup of tea? I'm just saying. A cup of tea. So the people called a town meeting. This time they picked the tallest man in Cedar Grove to challenge the giant. But tall Tom was not a brave man. He did not want to meet the giant. But at last, off he went. Before the townspeople could count to 3, tall Tom came running back. I just saw the giant break the tallest tree in the forest in 2 pieces, he cried. I did not want that to happen to me. The people in the town did not know what to do next. They didn't know what to do next. What do you guys think he should do? What do you guys think that they should do? Let's see what happens. That does it. I'm going to beat that giant, said Mickey. I may be small, but I am not afraid. Before I go, I'll need 3 things. I'll need a bag, I'll need a drinking straw, and I'll need the whitest, roundest cheese in town. I have a plan. The people wondered what the woodcutter wanted with such things. But they gave him what he asked for. Then they told him how to find the giant. You guys think he's going to do it? You think he's going to do it? Let's see. Let's see. Now I'm so interested in what he's going to do with those three things. When the woodcutter got to the giant's cave, he looked everywhere, but he could not find the giant. So he walked into the deep, dark cave. There he found bats and rats, but there was no sign of the giant. Bats and rats. Eee. The woodcutter decided to wait for the giant. He hopped onto a rock outside the cave. Just then, the rock began to shake. Whoa, what is going on here? Cried Mickey. He thought it was a rock. What is it, you guys? What is it? Yeah, you guessed it. Looks like the giant's foot, right? He thought it was a rock. Ho, 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 came a rumbling noise from above. The woodcutter looked up and up and up. Oh, I see, Mickey said. You must be the giant. Look at him down here. And that's the giant. Well, I am very glad to meet you, said Mickey in a small voice. Look at those toes. You mean you are not afraid of me? Asked the giant. Afraid of you? Why, I am here to challenge you, said Mickey. Ho, 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 thundered the giant. Bigger men than you have tried to beat me. They have failed. I'll just have to show you how strong I am. Watch this, roared the giant. Then he wrapped his huge hand around the widest tree in the forest. He pulled it up as if it were a carrot from a garden. And this, he said. Then he pounded his huge hand on the ground. The ground came apart. It became a deep, long canyon. Uh-oh. A deep, long canyon. Now it's my turn, said Mickey to the giant. Watch how far I can blow this leaf. A leaf? Yelled the giant. I could blow down 50 trees with one breath. And the giant took a deep breath. Whoosh! There lay 50 trees on the forest floor. Mickey now knew his plan would work. Not bad, he told the giant. Now it is my turn. Watch how far I throw this stone. That is just a pebble, said the giant. Step aside. The giant bent down to pick up a boulder. That is such a tiny rock, cried Mickey. Why not throw the one over there? Mickey pointed to the very boulder that was blocking the road to Cedar Grove. Smart, smart. The giant gathered all his strength. He threw that boulder far, far away, and now the road was not blocked. Wow. Smart. My plan is working better than I had hoped, Mickey thought. He reached into his bag. He pulled out the straw. Watch this, he said to the giant. I am going to drink all the water in this pond. Straws and ponds are for weaklings, said the giant. I can drink a lake. Can you drink all those foot-shaped lakes in the planting fields? Asked Mickey. Watch me, said the giant. And with that, he drank all the water in each and every lake. Smart. Smart. Mickey is using his head, his brain. He's smart. Now the giant was tired. And he was so full of water that he was about to burst. Here's an easy one for you, said Mickey. How much water can you squeeze from a stone? The giant picked up a stone. He squeezed it as hard as he could, but no water came from the stone. What kind of a giant are you? Asked Mickey. He held up the round white cheese. See this stone? Watch this. Then he squeezed and squeezed. Water ran from the cheese. Did you hear that? He squeezed and he squeezed. Water ran from the cheese. The giant's eyes grew big with fear. And if you don't leave Cedar Grove at once, said Mickey, why, I'll... Look, he couldn't squeeze it. And he saw that. The giant turned and ran. Mickey smiled to himself. His plan has worked. He had stood up to the giant, and he had made the giant put right all of the wrong things he had done. Quickly, he went back to town. He told the people what he had done. They cheered Mickey for his courage. He became the hero of the town. From that time on, the people of Cedar Grove lived in peace, and the giant was never heard from again. Look at him running away. The hero. How smart he is. And that is the end of the story. Oh, end of the story. Oh, I like this story. Thank you for being here and listening to me read all these fun, exciting books like this. Walt Disney, Mickey Meets the Giant. Yes, I enjoyed it. Well, all right. You guys, shout out to me, Mama, my mother, who is always here loving and supporting me, showing all this love and support for Audrey's Reading Area. And you guys, for always being here and listening and sharing my videos and telling everybody about it. Telling everybody to go to YouTube. Telling everybody, yes, to find Audrey's Reading Area. And telling everybody to smash that subscribe button for me. Yes. All right now. Well, that's all I got for you today. And I will see you again tomorrow, right? Live. Live. Live at 5 tomorrow. Live at 5 tomorrow. I'll see ya tomorrow. One day away, you guys, here at Audrey's Reading Area.